Once your vehicle is safely raised and supported, take a pry bar right to this area right here. Remove that. Use your 22mm socket and remove all of your lug nuts. Now we're going to use our 3/8 Allen head and we're going to remove our caliper slider bolts. Get that out of there. Do the same to the other one. Now let's get the caliper out of the way. You can use a pry bar, just try to pry it. Obviously this caliper is going to be replaced at some point, but that's not for this video. We'll get the rotor out of the way. Now we have a clear view of our bearing. Now we're going to flip this up right here, and it exposes where the ABS wire connects in. We're going to disconnect these two. Small screwdriver. Pops right up. Take that off of there. Use your 13mm, remove this. Come along here. Remove the wire from these clips coming across the top of the control arm. Then you're going to use a 13mm here and hold the bolt on the bottom side. I'm going to spray this with some penetrant for good luck. This off of there. Now we're going to use our 36mm socket and remove our axle nut. Inside here, there's a washer. Use your magnet and get that out of there. Use a punch with a hammer or your air chisel with a punch bit and drive right in through the center right here. If you want to use a little penetrant in between the wheel bearing and the axle, it's your prerogative. That's great. It's important not to use a hammer right on here, just in case you peen over these threads. Next, we're going to use a 15mm socket, and we're going to remove our mounting bolts. There's one here, here, and right there. These bolts right here are in great condition, but with the year of this vehicle, more than likely they're probably going to be in poor condition. If for some reason yours were rotted and you didn't think that they were reusable, we sell them. Use your little hammer and break this free from the knuckle. Awesome. I'm going to put this rag in here like this, and then I'm going to clean this up so there's no debris along it. Let's wipe this down. Now if I'm looking at this, it looks as though that there's grease in here, and the grease itself actually looks like it's in really good condition. If for you, inside there looked like it was rusted and flaking or anything like that, or if it looked like it was full of debris, you'd want to clean it out. To me, this looks fine. It's going to help keep moisture out. I'm going to continue. Clean off the splined area. Just check to make sure everything looks like it's in great condition, and it does. Let's grab our bearing. Slide this on here. Make sure your cable's in no way going to get pinched. This looks great. I'm going to line up our bolt holes here. Then we'll start in all the bolts and torque them down. Let's snug them up. Torque these to 184 foot-pounds. Torqued. Make sure you mount this on there. Got my nut in here. Snug it up. Move along to this one. This is going to come right up here. And then of course we've got this. I'm going to take this piece right out of here because obviously we have a nice new one. Click this in, nice and easy. That up there. Let's make sure we get this mounted in here as well. There we are, not touching up against anything. Make sure we get this. Cover that back up. And put this back in here. Time to get the axle nut back on here. Start with that washer, that nut. If you want to use a little thread locker, we'll call it your prerogative. Just going to get that close, and then we'll torque it down to manufacturer's specifications. Let's put on some copper never seize on the mating surface here. Now, of course, we're going to clean up the mating surface on the back side of that old rotor. Now that we've got that done, we're just going to hold it by putting on one of these lug nuts so the rotor can't move around. Now, using a little bit of imagination and not noticing that the brake hose is ripped off of there, we're going to take our caliper, put it right up on here. Should slide right on. If it doesn't slide on, you're going to need to clean up this area here and that area right there. Take your slider bolts, put them through like that. Now we're going to snug these up and then we'll torque them to manufacturer's specifications. Torque these to 38 foot-pounds. Torqued. Let's get the wheel up on here. We're going to start on all the lug nuts. We're going to bottom them out in a crisscross manner, and then we'll torque them to 140 foot-pounds. Torqued. Now we're going to torque this axle nut to 165 foot-pounds. Let's grab our center cover.